What is up, guys? Welcome back. Um, this video is really hard to make because it's not really funny, it's not really positive, it's just something I think is worth talking about. Um, Pretty much 2 days ago, I was trying to clear TOA hard 100 again. I tried to RNG through it because I thought it was about time, and I wasn't able to do it. I just tried many different team comps with all my monsters, and none of them seemed to work. And the closest I got is like 25% on one of the runs, and it was afterwards it was pretty bad. Either way, ever since I failed, I've just been thinking really hard about what I did and what I did wrong, and I realized that I have not progressed at all in the past 2 months. I pretty much, if you look at what I did for the past few months, I did not do anything like significant at all. I pulled a few nat fives. That's it. That's what I did in the last 2 months, and that's not something you do. That's just something you get, by being lucky. I didn't have to put effort into pulling nat fives. You just have to be blessed by RNGesus. Um, so I've not done anything for the past 2 months. I've been trying to get into Guardian, but no success in that as well. But although I have gotten really, really, really close, um, but in terms of keeping up with everyone or progressing in the game, I have not done much of that at all. I've made a lot of mistakes and I 6-starred a lot of wrong units, pretty much. So it's kind of the same as the last video where I talked about me 6-starring Praha when I 6-starred her. It might have not been the best choice, but it's okay because I can do everything now and I can afford to do whatever the hell I want. But that's actually not true. I cannot afford to do whatever the hell I want because I'm not that far yet in the game. If you want to be able to do whatever the hell you want, you should at the very, very least be able to do. You should be able to, at the very least, do giants, dragons, necros, and I would say raid all the way up to R5 because you need to be able to farm the best in order to get the best runes. Um, and TOA normal, TOA hard probably. If you think, yeah, I would say even TOA hard. Then you can do whatever the fuck you want. Then you can start making units for arena and shit. Because the truth is, when you get to Guardian, most of the weeks you only get this Nat 3 light and dark monster, and most of the time it's like really bad. Like usually it's not something that's useful at all. Um, and you get like 50 more crystals. That's pretty much it. That's all you get. And there's so much effort involved into doing that. Um, but the reason to get into Guardian is actually just for the title itself, pretty much. It's just like there's no reward. The reward isn't really worth it, but um, the achievement is, pretty much. So being able to hold Guardian every week, being able to do that, it proves something, you know. But if you try to do that, if you try for that too soon, then you're gonna end up hurting your progression, and that's pretty much what I did. And I've never made this mistake all the way up to the point where I cleared TOA hard 2 months ago on the Lilith rotation. I After that month, I decided I can do whatever the hell I want. I switched out all my best runes on my TOA hard units. My basalt was like plus 140 speed, really high ac, with a lot of HP and defense as well. And now he's like, plus 10 speed or something like that, just really, really bad. So a lot of my really good runes with really good substats are actually on my units for the arena, when they really should be on my PvE units. Because um, even by putting those runes on my arena units, I didn't get higher ranking. I didn't get a higher ranking. Although, arena fights are a lot easier for me, I do get a lot more successful defenses. But it's not to the point where I can reach Guardian. And at the same time, it's also hurting my progression, or it's also hurting my TOA because um, I'm not able to clear TOA hard anymore. And I still, my Necro team is still not 100%. Like I still haven't powered the runes up. I decided to spend my mana powering up Mananan's runes, rage runes and shit, and I only use them on guild battles sometimes. That's all I use them for, and um, just to show him off as my rep. That's all I've been doing with Mananan, and that's all he can pretty much do. So the lesson here is don't try to get don't try to get Guardian before you can do everything else, because you're gonna end up hurting yourself in the future. And if you used to be able to do something, like, don't be discouraged because and you're still not raiding, like, don't be discouraged because your units can still get a lot stronger once you start raiding. And I didn't raid. I did not raid at all for like 2 months. I fucked around. I pretty much when I'm on WXP I farm this. When I'm not on WXP I'm just farming Necros, and I have a bunch of raid runes that I I was planning to use for my like wombo combo monsters for arena, but what's the point of doing that now? I need to get my shit together. Um, so that's pretty much it. Realize my mistakes. I really do need to fix them. Um, uh, I guess a way for most people to improve in the game is to focus on PvE first. So if you don't have like the Giants, Dragons, and Necros team, make those first, and then start working towards raids because you can get a lot better, rewards. You're going to be much stronger after you do raids, and then you can worry about TOA hard, because TOA hard, even if you clear it, it's just like one legendary scroll. One legendary scroll is not that big of a deal. It literally is just one 4-star, and it can be anything. It's not even a Nat 5. Like it's just it can be any Nat 4. Like it could be a Water Joker or something. I pulled a Water Joker from a legendary scroll before, so most of the time it's not even going to be anything like super super important. Um, so it's probably more beneficial to you if you focus on raid first before you try to progress on TOA hard. At the same time, I don't know why I said at the same time. There's no at the same time. Just do your raids. Like you shouldn't be doing other shit at the same time. That is the point. There is no other at the same time. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. It got a little bit ranty, but hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you guys learned from my mistakes, and hopefully you guys still believe me when I tell you I'm not a scrub, but I really am a scrub. Peace out.